those of you who don't know that you're a coach, you just might be a coach because you have information to share with someone. You want to take someone from one place to another. There's something you know that someone is not clear on. So Hassani, definitely, I don't know what he calls himself, but he could be the infinite banking coach. I don't know. I'm just saying. So in any case, when we have this information, we compile it and we begin to share with other people. There is a space in your world where you get to help people. Most coaches are here on this earth helping others because it's something we really want to do. We have a desire to change someone else's life and make their life better than it was yesterday. Now, the reason why a lot of us are not sure if we can do this is because we don't have an audience and we're not sure if people really want to hear what we have to say. Well, I am here to tell you that you definitely have to make yourself more visible, and then you can prove to yourself that there is someone that wants to hear what you have to offer. Okay, so visibility is everything, which is really the direction I want to go in with my presentation today about helping those of you who are coaches and need visibility. So with visibility, you have to be more visible. So I'm going to share a few ways that you can do so and a few things that you really, really need to focus on. One of the things that I want to really talk about today is you want to make yourself binge watchable. Make yourself binge watchable. Now, I want to talk about this in a lot of different ways because some of you are already doing this, but I want to tell you the best way to do it. I was talking to someone who was having an issue with their social media, and they were trying to figure out, well, why don't people know me? And what is it that I'm doing wrong with my social media? I really don't understand. Well, the moment that you decide to go live and the moment that you decide to put a video up, whether it's live or whether it's a video, you have to make a choice on how you're going to deliver that information. Now, here is one of the mistakes that some people make, and we were actually taught to do this a little while ago, back years ago. And what everybody has to know, information constantly changes, it evolves, and it works for where we are right now. Now, at one point in time, we were told, introduce yourself, say who you are and what it is that you do and all of this other stuff. Well, let me explain something. If you are making yourself binge watchable, people want to know what you're talking about more than who you actually are. They are searching for information. They want inspiration, motivation, all of the above. So if you're spending 5 minutes telling people your name and all of these things, this is what happens on Instagram specifically. Someone goes to your page and they watch one of your videos, whether it was a live or a video you posted. They watch it and then they're excited. This person is giving out the game. Do they have more? So now they're on your page and they do this, swipe, and then they go to see if there's something else for them. Do you want to have more for them? I want you to make yourself binge watchable, as I was saying. So when they go to the next one, and then you introduce yourself and you tell all the things that you do, and you do this long introduction. What is it that you're talking about on this message? They need to know, do I want to stay here? Is there anything for me? I already know who they are. They told me the last time. Okay, so I want you to be careful with doing these long introductions. So what you want to do when you are making yourself binge watchable, especially for Instagram, is your very next video, live video, whatever, you want to state what it is that you're talking about. So soon as you start your live or as soon as you start your video, you want to say, today we're speaking about blank. This is what I want to share with you today. I have a message for you about blank. Whatever you want to do, I need you to help them to understand why they need to stay on your page, because people have the whatever is called something of a fish, okay? The attention span of a fish, all right? And that's only a few seconds long. You don't have time, all right? So I want you to get straight into what the topic is. And I also want you to think about what it is that you want to share with your audience so that you can spit it out. Now, when we're making ourselves binge watchable, especially for information about what we do, we're talking to people because of a couple of reasons. They're either going to buy a service from us, meaning They don't want to do what we're doing. And they want to know if we know what we're talking about so that they can get straight to buying it from us so that we can do the done for you work for them. They also may be looking at you because they want to know, can you help them to understand how to do the thing themselves? So I want you to understand that when you're sharing a message, you need to decide on whether I'm helping you to do it today or I'm helping you to know that you should get me to do it. Where are we standing in these messages? So I want you to think about that, because the person that's watching you at that moment in time is watching you for a reason, okay? So we want to separate some of these messages. Now, when we're doing these lives or these videos, I want you to know that because you're here and you're sharing information, they're binge watching you. Remember, they're doing this swiping, right? You shared a message on this one. Now, when they go to the next one, can you give them just a little bit something different or from a different angle, however you do it, because they're binge watching. So if they watch the same exact message on the next one, they're like, I don't know if they have anything else for me, okay? So what I want you to do, my coaches especially, and you're a coach, if you have something to share with someone, you really want to give them the game, you want them to connect with you for different reasons. I want you to think about 4 different things that you want to share with your audience. And I want you to make 4 topics. The first one, the second one, the third, the fourth, those are your next videos. Because when they're doing this, they get to see something else that leads them closer to this person is giving out the game. They know what they're talking about. They can help me from this angle, that angle. Okay. So I want you to think about it like that. Now, where do you get the information that you're going to share with your audience now that you are binge watchable? Your information comes from the pain points of your audience. What the heck do they need from you? Why are they watching you? What is it that they have an issue with? I promise you that people are watching those who have information because they got something for the other person. What is it that they need? Now, you have to decide out of the pain points of the people that you're helping, what is it that you can provide for them? So here's the real thing. People are unfollowing and they're not watching people anymore because they don't know if they really have the thing that they need. When you prove to them, and you don't have to kill yourself proving, okay? Just be yourself. But when you prove to them that you got the secret sauce and you can help them to move them from one place to another, which is what a coach does, they want to stick with you, okay? Now, so I want you to sit privately and think about the pain points, and I want you to literally write out all of the pain points you can think of that they have issues with, things that they don't get. What do they need? Now, those are your topics. Now, if you're going to do this binge watchable content that I'm speaking about, you can also decide if you're not in it and you don't want to do this several times a week and you just want to do this once a week. I'm just going to give you a strategy that you can say, this month I have these 4 topics and now I'm going to do one every week. Okay. Now, even if you wanted to do one a week and you wanted to spread it out, you have to think about when they go to swipe, can I just give them at least just a little something different on top of what I gave them in my last message? Okay. Now, another thing I want you to know is that when you're talking about whatever you're talking about, just go back to, what do these people need from me? What do they need? What is it that when I got started, I really didn't get? What was it that I had to study that I needed to understand so that I could share my information with others? What is it that was not easily, what was it that was not clear to me? You got to go from you, because see, coaches, you're helping people from a position of where you were. You didn't get something at one point in time, and now you understand it. Now, here's another thing I want to share with you. When we're sharing these messages, we want to think about that we have different types of learners: auditory, visual, and kinesthetic. Your auditory learners, they just want to listen. They might be your podcast people, okay? So those of you who are making yourself binge watchable, you might want to consider having a podcast. Now, coaches, you all should have a podcast. If you don't, that should be your next step. Make yourself binge listenable at some point, okay? Let these people have a place to listen. Now, how do we do this successfully, easily? Make the video first and then extract the audio from the video and send it over to your platform so that you can just put it on your audio platform, which is your podcast. Now, I am on Red Circle, but I'm syndicated on Apple and some other places. So I can tell you to go to Apple and then look me up under Entrepreneur Speak with Tamika James. Okay, so that's my podcast. Now, I want to share something that I am personally going to be doing. I am going to begin to take the Masterclass Marathon and put it on my podcast, okay, which is Entrepreneur Speak. Why? Because everything that's here is for entrepreneurs to take themselves to the next level. Guess what else I am doing, which is the Lord's work? I am here to share these people who are here with other people. So guess what? When someone watches my podcast, whether it's the visual or the audio one, they get to learn about the people that are here. They get to go even further than where they were right now. Guess what? These podcasts, these platforms, we're making ourselves binge watchable and listenable. People are going to listen and then go to the next one. What else is there for me? What else? Okay. And it goes on and on. So guys, when we put stuff on the internet, it's out there. You have to know it's out there. It's up and it's stuck. What part of this are you going to use? When I move this information from Masterclass Marathon, that's right here on Instagram Live, I can move all of us, right? The whole thing. Or I can grab my segment and I implore the other speakers to do the same. You guys all should be coming back here, screen recording your segment because you gave out the game. This is not for naught. You don't come here to just speak and lose the info. This info should be either broken down into 1-minute segments and posted somewhere else. Your social media, all different platforms, drop it onto your YouTube channel, drop it into your stories, little 1-minute segment. Everybody that comes here is speaking for 13 minutes and you prepared your presentation. You gave out the game. You can give them a little bit here. Now, let me talk about this binge watchable thing real quick. Akila gave 17 tips. Akila could take this presentation and she can break it down into 4 tips or 5 tips at a time, depending on how long it took her to get to tip number blank. And then that's the first video she could pop on her page. Here's the first 5 tips of the 17. And then she can make the next post. Here's the next blank of the 17. They know it's more coming. She already did it one time. Why is she doing it over and over? Listen, I'm here to share the game. I also have a social media membership where I share with you how you break down and develop your social media. You cannot be out here having a business trying to let people know who you are and what you do without understanding how you make yourself binge watchable. They need to find you all over the place. And now I will tell you guys how you can connect with me. If you want to understand how to create a 30-day boot camp for yourself and you're a new coach and you want to understand the concept of creating a 30-day boot camp, then you can DM me the word formula. I have Instagram automation and it will send you the info that you need. I'm going to send you a full 1-hour video showing you and telling you how to literally create your formula for your 30-day boot camp if you desire to create that. I also have the 30-day Become a Coach boot camp, which means you join me. And for 30 days, I am giving you the game on what it looks like to set yourself up as a coach, make yourself visible, and then create your coaching program after you figured out who you are, who you're serving, and what it is that you want to share with your audience. That is my 30-day boot camp.